Good morning and welcome to Breaking Barriers with Amy. So, growth isn't always about adding something new. Sometimes it's about releasing something old. There comes a point where the version of you that got you here can't take you where you're going next. And that realization can feel unsettling. So, outgrowing who you used to be doesn't mean you were wrong before. It means you're evolving. Familiar habits feel safe. Old identities feel predictable. Patterns you've carried for years for feel comfortable. But comfort can quietly cap capacity. When growth stretches you, old reactions surface. Doubt, hesitation, playing smaller than you actually are. That tension isn't failure, it's friction between who you were and who you're becoming. Resisting that evolution slows momentum. There were moments where I noticed I was reacting from an outdated version of myself, shrinking in rooms where I once stayed quiet, second guessing decisions I was actually clear on, holding on to habits that no longer aligned with the direction I was building. Awareness changed everything. So instead of criticizing myself for those moments, I recognize them as transition points. Growth doesn't happen without tension. Expansion requires shedding old layers. So each time I chose alignment over familiarity, identity strengthened. The path I'm building requires an upgraded version of me. Stronger boundaries, clearer standards, more grounded confidence. Old habits can't sustain new levels. When I allowed myself to evolve without guilt for who I used to be, progress felt more normal, more natural. Resistance decreased, momentum stabilized. Growth became less about forcing change and more about honoring evolution. So imagine how much lighter your progress could feel if you allowed yourself to outgrow old patterns without apologizing for evolving. Outgrowing, outgrowing your old self isn't betrayal, it's alignment. What I'm building expanded when I stopped clinging to who I was and fully stepped into who I'm becoming. If this message resonates, hit the like, follow, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. And as always, please let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. I'd love to know how far and why my lives have traveled. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.